Welcome to another edition of Top 5 of the Week. As we continue to celebrate Earth Day, my recommendations are heavy on climate change and climate change resilience on the continent. For more recommendations, check out a curated list of environment-related publications from UNDP's Environment, Climate Change and Renewable Energy Specialist, Jeremiah Mushosho. Let's get into this week's recommendations. First is a look at climate change-induced migration in the Horn of Africa, which occurs either as an adaptive strategy or involuntarily through displacement. The policy brief suggests that national development goals should aim to increase the resilience of societies, encouraging adaptation to better areas that are safe and presenting better opportunities. To minimize the number of climate migrants, future plans on improving human and socio-economic development should be revisited to ensure more resilient societies. The brief is a quick read with 10 pages. From Rodolfo Meino and Drilona Emrulahu is a working paper on climate change in Sub-Saharan Africa's fragile states that draws evidence from panel estimations. Climate change poses more risks to nations whose vulnerability is worsened by bad government and weak institutions. Increased income per capita growth, on the other hand, aids to the reduction of carbon emissions for higher emitting countries. These findings tend to support the hypothesis behind the environmental coordinates curve and the energy consumption growth literature, which suggests that increases in income correspond with emission increases until a certain level of income is attained, where emissions then start to decline. Next is a short brief that looks at the risk and resilience in agricultural adaptation to climate change in developing countries, that asserts that 1. Climate change will make agriculture less productive. 2. Adapting to higher weather variability will be more challenging than adapting to increases in average temperature. 3. More accurate weather forecasts can help farmers make more profitable decisions. And finally, at 4, market mechanisms that lower agricultural risks can lead to greater investment and better management of shocks. Up next is a World Bank publication that summarizes the key issues that women cross-border merchants face in South Africa when completing import, export, and transit processes and procedures. These challenges include lack of knowledge of international markets and burdensome import-export processes. The publication includes recommendations to address the challenges identified, some of which are improving safety and security at borders, improving access to official border regulations and procedures, as well as improving understanding of these procedures. Finally, from Tralac is a trade report that investigates the degree to which African governments are dedicated to empowering women and advancing gender equality in trade agreements. The findings point to the fact that approximately 1/3 of the gender provisions reviewed indicate a relatively high level of commitment to supporting women's empowerment through trade liberalization. However, most state parties limit their commitment to cooperation without enforceability. The study concludes by identifying factors that policymakers must consider in order to properly implement legislation that promotes women's economic emancipation and ensures that women are not left behind in Africa's trade liberalization process. That's it from me. Have a lovely week ahead and stay safe. Goodbye.